Here it is, everyone. A device that caused a lot of controversy when it was announced a few months ago. The PlayStation Portal by Sony. The number one question people were asking was, if you already have a PS5 and this is not a standalone device that requires the PS5, why do you need this thing? Well, what I hope to do is to provide an answer to that question. So let's open this thing up and see what it has to offer. The package design is very similar to the PS5 and uses the same concept of packing a box within another box. I actually thought this box was going to feel a little bit heavier, but it is super light. But the main reason for that is that there are only two things inside of the box. One is a USB-C cable, and the other is the PlayStation Portal device itself. That's it. This is my very first time holding one of these things in hand, and yeah, it totally looks like a Frankenstein device. It's basically a dual sense controller that's been split in half with a screen somehow mounted in the middle. But it's kind of cool. It works. And it feels really good in hand, just like you're holding an actual PS5 controller. You don't even notice the fact that there's a screen in the middle. It doesn't add any additional weight to it. It just feels right. Right on top, you get the Sony branding as well as the microphone. On the bottom is the USB-C charging slot as well as a traditional headphone jack. The top right has the volume buttons as well as one of the speaker slots. And on the top left, we have the power button, the second speaker slot, as well as the PlayStation Link button that will allow you to connect to other accessories that Sony will be putting out, such as the forthcoming earbuds. The button layout is identical to the PlayStation DualSense controller. The only exceptions is that the microphone button and the PlayStation button had to be moved to the left and right sides of the controller, obviously because of the screen. And the touchpad has now been embedded virtually within the screen itself, so that gameplay going from the PS5 to the PS Portal will be seamless. The left and right shoulder and trigger buttons are also identical to the DualSense controller, as well as utilizing haptic feedback. The thumbsticks are slightly smaller on the Portal than they are on the actual DualSense controller, but realistically, it doesn't affect how you play the game. It may feel a little different at first, but you quickly get used to it. Peeling off the glass protector reveals that this screen is as reflective as a mirror. You can literally see every detail of the Raiders Lost Ark and Avengers in-game poster that I have hanging on the wall above. It's really reflective. I wanted to toss in a comparison shot so you can see how the PlayStation Portal looks up against the Nintendo Switch and the Steam Deck. While the Portal benefits from its larger 8-inch screen, the other two consoles benefit because they don't have to be tethered to another device in order for them to function and work. Once you turn it on and see the PlayStation logo, out of the box, be warned, there are various downloads that have to be done before you even can start playing this thing. I mean, we're talking at least, depending on your internet speed, at least 15 to 20 minutes of downloads that have to be done to patch this thing in order to get it to function. I'm just going to speed through the download process so you can just see the points that you need to interact with. And while this setup process continues, I would really appreciate it if you took this moment to like and subscribe. It would really help the channel, and it would also enable me to create more content. Connecting the PS5 with your Portal is actually pretty straightforward. First of all you need to do is just make sure you go into the settings in your PS5 and enable remote play. Once that's done, you just follow the prompts on screen of your portal, and it just connects you literally within a minute. I love the circular portal animation when it's connecting. It's right out of Doctor Strange. I mean, you are literally waiting for Doctor Strange or Wong to pop out into your living room at any moment. Once you're in, you're going to see everything mirrored exactly the way it is on your PS5, but right in the hands of your portal. Now let's just jump into what this device is meant to do. Play some games. And let's start with Spider-Man 2. I can honestly say that this feels like I'm holding a DualSense controller. Everything is exactly the same. The button layout, the controls, the triggers, the haptic feedback, it feels exactly like I'm playing my PS5. And I'm looking back and forth from my portal screen to my actual TV screen, and I'm not seeing any latency. Everything matches perfectly. The sync is pretty solid. The speakers on the device actually sound pretty good. I mean, I have it pumped up pretty loud and I'm not getting any muffled audio or anything. It sounds pretty solid. I just downloaded Gotham Knights onto my actual PlayStation from PlayStation Plus, and now I'm streaming it onto my portal. I've never played this game, but hey, it's free now, so let me give it a try. I really like the way this thing feels. It's just the right amount of weight to give it the perfect balance. I'll get back to Gotham Knights later, but I also wanted to give a quick test of one of my favorite games, Lego Star Wars. Nice. I'm loving this screen. I mean, it's not an OLED screen, but it really pops. The colors look really good. So, to answer the question, is the PlayStation Portal a waste of money? In my opinion, no. No, I'm actually digging it. I understand that a lot of people have issues with this. I mean, it doesn't have Bluetooth capabilities. You have to be tethered to the PS5 in order for it to play. You have to have a good internet connections. There's a lot of things needed to make this thing work properly. So far, my experience has been positive, but this is just day one. In the next couple of days, the next couple of weeks, I'm really going to push this thing to the limit and see if I change my mind. But for now, I'm ready to jump into this portal and have some fun. Thank you for watching.